host of the Gridiron.
Welcome to the Gridiron, baby. If you can give this video a thumbs up or maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking phenomenal. Seriously, though. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you. If not, please go down below. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way next time I go live or if I put a video out, you'll be notified, and it's free of charge. It's totally free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you want to help support my channel, the description box below, very top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So once again, if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. Once again, I thank you in advance. Thank you. And finally, just underneath that, there's another link. It takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. We have over 9,500 members in the group. It's doing simply marvelous, might I add. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing and if I got internet access, I'm putting stuff in this group darn near 365. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied. I promise. All right. Well, here we go. Well, out here in southern Jersey land, it's game day. It's 1 o'clock. It's only 1 o'clock in the morning. Whoever's watching, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. We'll go over a little bit of a preview of the football game. Hopefully, the Giants try to avoid going 0-9. The 28th, obviously, of December was they had three games put on. Yeah, 3 good games. Well, except for one. I mean, the Chargers blew out the Patriots. What a trash bowl that one was. But that's another story for another day, right? Harbaugh, how he changed right? I mean, they were 5-12 last year, I think. Now they're possibly going to the playoffs. So, I mean, I think they're 10-6 right now. Not bad. Anyway. But they could have had the 66th anniversary of the 58 championship game on, but they chose not to. I understand. I mean, it's just to watch the absolute trash Giant. I mean, I put the Patriots on, but I mean, I guess they chose not to. I guess. So that's 1 o'clock. It's in 12 hours from now. I guess the kickoff will be a little less than 12 hours from now. So I'll go over a preview of that. But one thing I was watching was I wasn't really watching the game because I got to get my notes ready for the show and all that stuff and everything, and watching Shedeur, following a little bit on my phone, kind of watching whatever the bowl game. I don't even bother trying to keep up with half these bowls. It's just ridiculous. They one of them, I think the Cam Ward game, I think, was the Pop-Tart Bowl. I mean, are you kidding me? I can't. Once again, I'm an old fart, so please forgive me. I can't stand that stuff, man. It's just the Tampax Tampon Bowl. It's just, come on, man. Anyway, once again, I'm an old fart. I'm an old timer. I like it the way it was, not the way it is now. Once again, so please forgive me. You might be like me sometime, but following right on my phone, right, with what Colorado was doing, I mean, it was not pretty. I mean, it was not pretty. They were down. Was it 20-0, and then it was 20-7. Then it was 27-7. I think one time it got to be like 36-7 or something along those lines, or maybe it was 28-30. Yeah, it was 27-7, and somehow it got up to like 36-7, and then Shedeur drove him down like in pretty much garbage time. So I think they scored a touchdown with like 2 minutes to go or something like that. Just trash time. I mean, they're down by 1,800 points. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. But I mean, with about 10 minutes to go, and actually I posted this in my Facebook group. I was just checking it out. Hunter, with about 10 minutes to go in the game, and once again, they're down, whatever. It was 27 or maybe 37 or something like that. They were down by a lot. Shedeur Sanders had 121 yards passing with about 10 minutes to go in the game. 106 of that was to Hunter. So basically, other than Hunter, he had 15 yards passing. He had 4 completions to Hunter at that particular time with 10 minutes to go in the game. 4 for 106 yards, right? But so other than that, he had 15 yards passing. It's kind of like, if he does this against Brigham Young, what's he going to do when he plays on a trash team like the Giants, behind a trash offensive line? What's he going to do then? I mean, so it also makes you beg to differ. I mean, now with Cam Ward in his bowl game, we don't know. He didn't play the second half. I mean, I was looking in there. Was he injured? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. He chose not to play in the second half. Not exactly why. Apparently, he was not made. He has been made available to the media since the Syracuse game. But he did play in the first half of that one. I'm almost dying. Is this the Pop-Tart Bowl or no? This is the Pop-Tart Bowl. Yeah, Pop-Tart Bowl. Good for Iowa State. I mean, I'll tell you what, want to be in a game, 42-41. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pass on making comments on the Pop-Tart Bowl, but wound up being a heck of a football game. Now, the thing is that, when Cam was in there, he did really good in the first half. 3 touchdown passes. What was he? Was he 12 out of 19? Let's see here. Okay, box score. So in the first half, Cam Ward was 12 out of 19, 190 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Averaged 10 yards a pass attempt. Through 19 passes, one of 190 yards. That's very impressive. So, of course, if you're just going to double that, just say, because he didn't play in the second half, they had Emory Williams in there, who was 5 out of 14 for 26 yards in the second half. He 1.9 yards a pass attempt, which is the Giants aren't even that bad. He had no touchdowns and 1 interception, and basically that's why Miami, or one of the huge reasons, they only scored 10 points in the second half. Now, had Cam Ward been in there, quite possibly they would have won. They wound up losing 42-41 at one point. But I mean, if you want to double Cam's efforts, he was on pace for 380 yards passing and 6 touchdowns with no interceptions. Now, against the Iowa State Cyclones, who were number 18 in the country. So, so he had a very good game. Shedeur, not so. Once again, it was just a game. One game was a bowl game, all that stuff and everything. But makes you ask yourself a question. I'm going to share my screen here. I mean, once again, this is just PFF. It's all we're going by, right? It's all, yeah. But you start looking, they have one quarterback with the first round grade. Then Cam is number, I think 25. No, 25? Close to 25. Might be 25 or 22 or something like that. Ain't nowhere near the top. Nowhere. So if the Giants are picking first or third or fifth, say we win a game, right? We pop back to fifth or sixth or something like that. You remember fifth or sixth? Is there a quarterback out there worthy of taking at pick number 5? I mean, I was hearing all kinds of things about Jalen Milroe. Like he has a lot of potential, right? Like he has room to grow, maybe more room to grow than these other. Right, so maybe take a flyer on him. Maybe if he gets to the second round or something, because we've seen how this last draft went. Right now, to some degree, all of a sudden you got Penix, was supposed to be like a late first, maybe a second round, and all the quarterbacks got scoffed up in the first whatever. Right, but you also do see that a couple of them not too shabby. right? Not too, especially Penix, right? His one problem is being able to stay healthy. So we'll have to wait and see if the guy can stay healthy. We need quarterbacks. So I hope the guy can stay healthy. I mean, there's nothing worse in a league, right? Than you go out have a team, a good team, a good quarterback, and you got a team that has no quarterback and they go play football. It's kind of like sometimes it's just not very competitive. So we need quarterbacks. So I hope Michael Penix has I wasn't hoping it was last Sunday that he had a good game, but hope he has a good career. Hope he can stay healthy. But as I said, I mean, if the Giants are picking, especially if they're picking first, are they coming in? I'm coming at you. It's 3D. Are they reaching? Or should they be like, maybe taking somebody, usually they say best player available. Should they take that? I mean, because if they're telling you best player available and they're grabbing a quarterback, are they lying to you? Hey, so let me share your screen. And once again, it's just PFF. That's all I'm going by. I don't sit here. I don't have time to watch film and break down this and that and all that other stuff. Don't do that. Never going to do that. Other people do that, and I'm so thankful for that. Right? So I take the other people's, Mel Kiper and all guys like that and all that. I take their, right? But so let's look at PFF and just where they got these guys graded at. So let me share my screen here. Should be. No. Once again, I got 300 different tabs open. Here we go. There we go. The NFL Draft Big Board. Here we go. All right. Okay. Now, of course, Travis Hunter is number one. Now, interesting, very interesting. I mean, you're not putting this guy in here, especially if the Giants were to draft him. My God, we're going to go over this a little bit more in depth and detail, a little more down our program here, all right? But you're not going to draft somebody, put him on the New York Football Giants and have him play both ways. I mean, you might as well just break both the guy's legs and just put him in the hospital and just have him retire because he's never going to hold up. Nobody on the Giants team is holding up. No, once again, I'm going to show you, right? I mean, it's an absolute joke. So, be interesting to see with Travis Hunter. They have him on the offensive side, or they put him on the defensive side. Interesting. I mean, obviously, if they put him on the cornerback, do they bring him in maybe for 3 or 4 passing plays a game, 5 passing plays a game, or something like that? Sure, yeah, I could see that, but the guy's not going both ways. But I'm saying, but if you see here, let's just start scrolling down here. Right? Obviously, got Travis Hunter, number one. Okay. And of course, even here, all right. I mean, right. Let's see here. You got him at cornerback. He's the 7th ranked cornerback. I'm not gonna. I'll do stuff later on that breaks down each position and all of that. Right, what PFF has, but. Then we go to, and please forgive me because I am a moron. I don't follow college football that in depth and detail. So some of these guys are not that familiar to me, and I might pronounce their name wrong because once again, I am a moron. So please forgive me. Right. But then, so, right, we got Hunter. We did very good at wide receiver as well, but they have him down there as cornerback. Then we have McMillan, another wide receiver. So we got Hunter, possibly a wide receiver, McMillan from Arizona, wide receiver. Then we got this guy here, Graham. Now, I'll tell you what, if I'm a Giant, if this guy is all of that and a bag of donuts, let me tell you what, if we're drafting one, I'm thinking hot and heavy about drafting this guy, number one overall. If he's that good, put him in next to Sexy. Let's get that front wall. I did a video on this too because Dan Orlovsky brought this up, and it's a great point. Everything starts in the trenches. You start in the trenches and you work your way out. You don't want. Let's not get this and that and everything, and let's not window dress everything on the outside. And I forgot, our offensive line blows, right? Or we have a hole at the defense. No, start in the trenches and work your way out. Now you might have a golden opportunity here if this guy is all of that. All right, Mason Graham. put somebody in next to Sexy when Sexy's still in his prime, right? And get that front defensive wall. It all starts in the trenches. I'm drafting this guy right here if he's that good. And I'm worrying about a quarterback later on. But you also got to remember too is that also free agency is going to be before the draft, and the Giants might do something in free agency as far as bringing a quarterback in, so a bridge quarterback. So you don't know. But all right, let's just continue on here. We got Ashton Genty, I think Genty, a half belt. Oh my God, this guy. Oh my God, this freaking guy. Oh my God. Yeah, I should know what his name is, but this guy is unbelievable. Yeah, he's I'm sure he'll be a running back taken in the first round. The guy is unbelievable. Abdul Carter, another edge rusher, another quarterback. Well, I tell you what, you got to give Wink some credit here. He's got quite a few Michigan defensive players up in the top first round. Let me tell you what, right? So we got we got Graham here. Let's check out Wink's defense. You got Graham. Now, of course, Wink didn't draft these guys. He's kind of helped developing them. But we got Abdul Carter, an edge. Then we got Will Johnson, a cornerback. He's supposed to be really good as well, too. Starks, a safety. Campbell, a tackle from LSU. Luther Burden, the third from Missouri, wide receiver. Scarleton, at Texas A&M, an edge rusher. Banks Jr., a tackle from Texas. Jalen Walker, a linebacker from Georgia. Josh Simmons, a tackle from Ohio State. Egbuka, a wide receiver from Ohio State. Ursary, I'm going to say from Minnesota, a tackle. Millam from West Virginia, another tackle. A lot of tackles there. Morrison, the cornerback from Notre Dame. That's my team. Right? Then we got Loveland, tight end from Michigan. So Michigan, even though their record was not phenomenal, they got some guys up here. Cam Ward, number 19. Number 19, Cam Ward. Okay. That's their highest rated quarterback. And then we got Williams. Two Williams, back-to-back Williams. And then we got Grant, another defensive player. So Wink's got three, according to PFF, three of the top 22 ranked players on the draft board as far as defensive players. So Wink's got some players. Let me tell you what. But these guys were drafted by Harbaugh. So once these good guys start going, let's see how the Michigan defense starts playing. But anyway, then we got Stewart, an edge, Hampton, a halfback from North Carolina, a Yamanor, a wide receiver from Stanford. So that's the first 25. They had one quarterback. All right, then I'm just going to scroll real fast. Right, we'll look for Shedeur, number 29. So barely a first-round grade. He's the 29th ranked guy. And then let's see if I can see Jalen Milroe even on here. Jalen Milroe. Where is Xavier Watts? Good old Notre Dame. Go Irish. They're probably going to get the doors blown off them by Georgia. Every time they play in a big bowl game against the big schools, Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, they get their doors blown off. But all right, so that's all right. So let's see. Where is the next quarterback at? Where's Milroe? I passed somebody. Oh, there we go. 52. So Milroe's 52. So Milroe's second round. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing. All right. So, all right. So they had two quarterbacks, according to PFF. That's all I'm going by. 19, and I'm an idiot. Was it 29 for Shedeur? 29, I think. Or 28 or 29. So we're talking late first round grade. And even Cam Ward is not 19. I mean, there's so many other guys, and as you saw on that list, there's so many guys that the Giants could use. I mean, they could. I mean, as crazy as it is, call me crazy. They could use that running back, right? Get Tracy in there, get that other guy in there, right? I mean, of course, I wouldn't be taking a running back in the first round, but There was wide receivers there. We could, if we're going to lose Slayton, if we can't use, for whatever reason, Hyatt, we need a wide receiver, right? There was a safety in there. If we lose Pinnock, there's cornerback in there. There's an edge. There's defensive linemen. There's tackles. All kinds of positions in there in that first round that were before Cam Ward, right? So I mean, are they gonna reach? I mean, one of the biggest things, and this is not quite totally apples to apples, but just real fast. 1996, the Giants drafted 5th overall, and they wound up drafting Cedric Jones. All right. Simeon Rice had gotten taken. Now, let's go back to where we had here. I had it up here. Thought I had it up here. No, I did. Nope. Oh, there we go. Cedric Jones. Okay. Does it go to the draft? There we go. It goes to the draft. Now, the Giants, right? Simeon Rice got taken. The Giants wanted an edge rusher. They wanted to kind of pair somebody with Michael Strahan. Now, with Cedric Jones, the 2000 Super Bowl, obviously, which was played in 2001 against the Ravens, was his last football game he ever played in. But they wanted to pair somebody with Michael Strahan, right? And Simeon Rice had got taken by Arizona with pick number 3. And the Giants apparently were also enamored with Jonathan Ogden, the Hall of Fame tackle. But he was taken with pick number 4, right in front of the Giants. So basically, with George Young, the top 2 guys were pretty much off the board when it came to that. So apparently, like, no matter what, George Young was going to take an edge, I guess, no matter what. Now, he had a problem with his eye. George Young, I saw reading an article, said, yeah, we checked it out, and there was no red flags or anything like that. Well, apparently there were, right? Cedric Jones lasted 5 seasons in the NFL, and so pick number 5 in the draft. The Giants, no matter what, we're taking an edge. Well, I mean, if you look, I mean, there was a lot of good guys. Marvin Harrison was out there. I mean, but one of them was, if you're looking for defensive help, right? Ray Lewis was out there as well, too. Right? I could have had him. But so no matter what, it seemed like George Young was going to draft himself an edge rusher. And Cedric Jones wound up having problems with his one eye, and he can only really kind of rush from one side. So that's what you want. I said he played 5 seasons. And one of the seasons he didn't do too bad. I think in 1999, he had 7.5 sacks. I think he had 5 forced fumbles. I mean, that wasn't too bad. But he got injured after the 2000 season. The Giants never brought him back. He went and played with the Rams. He got injured in preseason, and he never played ever again. But he had a problem with his eye. Right, George Young. I read an article that said, we checked it out, and there was nothing. There was no red flags or nothing like that. So I don't know if George was just kind of hoping and praying there was no red flags or nothing. But he had a problem with his eye. He can only rush from one side. So they reached, right? They reached. There was an issue, and he got poked in his eye. He had an operation on his eye just before the Giants drafted him, they reached, and you don't want to reach. You don't want to reach. As I said, he played 5 seasons. He had like 15 to 20 sacks in his career in his 5 seasons. But for a number 5 overall pick in the draft, once again, I mean, it's almost like with Evan Neal, right? I can't say we didn't really reach. I mean, I know a lot of people were talking highly of Evan Neal, but you're picking that high, you gotta hit on the guy. You gotta. And I said, it's with these quarterbacks here is that, especially if we're picking number 1, man, how many years we're going to be set back if we I'm just saying, I don't know. How many years we're going to be set back if you take Shedeur? I'm just saying. We think, hey man, I hope he's better than Patrick Mahomes. I hope. But I'm just saying, if we draft these guys and we reach for them and we're wrong, I mean, I said you look at our cornerbacks, right? We shouldn't have any cornerback problem, right? Because we drafted Eli Apple, right? Tay Banks, right? So I mean, Eli Apple, I mean, he'd be a little bit, but taking some of these cornerbacks, right? We traded up for a cornerback in what was it, the 2019 draft? That guy didn't work out, right? I mean, he should still be on this team. We should have Banks as a solid number one corner. Than the other guy, right? We drafted in the 2019 draft, right? He should be on the, right? But nope. We're still looking for cornerbacks. Why? Because we're drafting these guys in the first round. They're not working out. Right? We're still looking for tackles. Why? Well, because we keep drafting tackles in the first round. They're not working out. Right? Eric Flowers, right? Evan Neal. And they're just, I mean, once again, if you bring a quarterback in and, it's going to set you back years. The one nice thing is that if you do draft a bridge quarterback, is you kind of got you have the history on what he can do in the NFL, right, under certain circumstances and all and everything. So that's I just seen that, and I'm like, and I noticed somebody had an article in PFF about in the Facebook groups. I'm sorry, about PFF, and it's like it's not like you pop on the top 25 for PFF and 3 of the top 10 players that they have are quarterbacks ranked. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, all right, we take one of these quarterbacks. I mean, just once again, it's all according to PFF. That's all I'm going by. But PFF, right, seems to think, I mean, you got to go to number 19 before you come up with a quarterback, and then you got to drop another 10 spots. So I don't know. According to PFF, you're drafting a quarterback at number 1. You're doing some reaching. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Obviously, got 2 more games to play. Giants, if they beat the Colts, right, and if the Eagles wind up sitting all their players the final game of the season, the Giants win that one or something. When the Giants wind up plummeting to number 6 or 7 or 8 or something like that, be very interesting. Oh yeah, the quarterback class is a Jets fan. We're probably bang around number 8. Yeah. That means the 4th or 5th. Yeah. Oh, razor thin. Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, because, whether Aaron Rodgers comes back or not, you guys definitely need a quarterback somewhere along the line, too. Absolutely. So, oh, yeah. I mean, this is not a good. I mean, there might be somebody out there maybe you can draft in the second, like Jalen Milroe or something like that, or one of those other guys in the 2nd or 3rd round and maybe develop them. Put them on the bench for a year or something and help start developing them. But if you take your top 10 pick or something and put on one of these quarterbacks and they can't handle it. Ooh, man, you're setting yourself back freaking years.